Hi, I'm Brett Tippy, and this is Inside the Tape here at the Red Bull Joyride course. I'm here with Ryan Nyquist and Rogatkin, and we're going to check out some of the features on this course. You got third here last year, and ready for more?
Yeah, more. Lots more. Go, you talk.
More. Nikolai, you've got 2 wins this year, and you're in a position to win the first ever Triple Crown of slopestyle. And this is it.
Yeah, this is it, I guess. Got to try to make it happen.
Now, you guys been riding the course a little bit. You got a good feel for it already?
Yeah, we have been. It's a little bit different from last year. They took out a couple obstacles, swapped a couple.
Do you like it with less features in the course?
Yeah, the course here is always rad. Last year we had a few more features in there, but I think this year they've put in these massive berms and just kind of put in more attention to every feature. So far in practice, it's been flowing good and people have been throwing down.
All right, right out of the start, you got a couple different lines to choose. This one is a nice flat drop, and this one's set back quite a bit with a pretty good kicker here. Who's going to take what, and what do you think of the 2 different features here?
I've been hitting the step down. I think Nikolai has too, so we're feeling that one. But like you said, the step down or the drop off here is like, I mean, dudes are flipping, twisting, every possible thing you can think of. I feel like it's a little bit shorter than last year, both of these actually, because I noticed when I drop in, I'm not having to pump as hard to get the distance. But I mean, like I said, I like that one a lot. I haven't really even done this one, so this is dead to me.
He's out of here. What about you?
I feel like this kind of brings back the memories of the old Joyrides where you could kind of really choose your line, because there's a few different lines, but here on this first feature, yeah, both options are great. It's going to be tough for the judges to really judge which feature is harder, because they're fairly equal, but I'm going step down option. I went flat drop last year, but there's just a bit more fun to be had in this step down, so yeah, I think Nyquist agrees that that's one of the features out here actually.
And when you land, you're like literally like going as fast as you can, so like there's a roller there, you pump that, and then the boner log is actually really long. It's a huge long boner this year, and so you need a lot of speed. So it's high speed, super long, rigid, and fast boner. Perfect. I'm gonna do. What's up?
Whoa!
What the?
Shit, I can't believe he just did that.
Oh yeah, and then you got to unwind it, do some fishing. So how high is it, Ryan? 18 feet off the ground right here. Take that up there, Nikolai. Let's see how this is to where you think is a sweet spot for landing.
What is it, Ryan?
28 feet.
28 feet, that's pretty massive. And off a 3.5 Ryan approximate takeoff, pretty sizable feature. No wonder why we're going so fast into it. It's massive.
Now that's what you call a 28-foot boner.
Can we just get a little more serious? I'm just over this. It's like so immature, guys. You guys are so freaking immature. Let's just talk about the berm, and it's so nice.
How smooth those walls are.
They did a great job on the berms, and I like them a lot.
And he likes his berm.
Oh yeah, Ryan, the guy who started the boner jokes himself, is now super upset about the boner jokes.
I'm emotional right now, and I'm not okay with this, and it's borderline harassment.
Yeah. More political?
Yes, please.
Can we work together again?
I'm okay now.
Okay, he's back.
Yes. Yeah, after the long wooden obstacle that sends you 28 feet, we go right into this huge sweeping berm, which is a beautiful specimen of a berm. Holds its feet quite as nice, and that sends you right
Do the Vanna. The nice Vanna.
Yes, into the berm. And then you have your kind of like the second straight, which is basically a set of quads.
How many bar spins do you think you've done if you average it out?
Recently calculated.
He asked me to figure it out. He's like, literally run down the numbers. And I was like, all right, so I did some math.
I went to the numbers. I calculated 500,000 bar spins.
I think he's probably about the same for tail whips.
I got some years to catch up. But by the time I'm
you and like you, maybe. Right?
So these jumps look a little bigger than they seem when you just ride them blind, eh?
Yeah, I was actually shocked. I hadn't come up to this jump. I just ridden it, and pretty shocked about how massive it is. But makes sense why we get moon booted now, doesn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, it really like. Let's just get serious for a moment. Like this is like next level stuff, and it really puts into perspective what we're doing out here. We're risking lives. We're taking chances. You know, but that's what we are. We're daredevils, and to be honest, I'd have it no other way.
So if this booter looks like you're going to land right on someone's lap, right on the chair, is that what it seems like when you're hitting it?
If their timing's right, yeah, it's kind of weird because like those dudes that like might be filming you and they're like kind of scrolling by and you're like, and you kind of catch eye contact, like, I need to be watching what I'm doing, dude. Like, but it is like, it probably looks like you're going to land on it. Like, and you might actually, if you had, like, if that jump wasn't there before and you had like pedaling room, I think that's something that would be possible. And I feel like Godziak would be the guy to be like, yes, I do it. Yeah, I do it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Let's go. You film?
What do you think of this thing?
This jump is sick, but yeah, when you're coming up to it, like Ryan said, if it's not the right timing, never. But if the chair is coming up right as you're getting in the air, it gets pretty close. I'm kind of jealous of the view they get. It probably looks pretty sick.
We were trying to figure out if this one was taller than that one, but it's all very similar. Like these two are like almost like brothers, or like relatives of some sort, maybe cousins.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
some type of sibling or family member.
The steep one down there is a distant cousin. These are brothers for sure.
Distant like cousin, maybe like a dad that was never really in the picture, but like it kind of came about, but like kind of keeps his distance. And these guys don't really want him around, so he keeps them down the hill a little bit. But like these two are like they grew up not really having him around, so like these two are like self-sustained, like they just know how to take care of each other, but like the family, so they always hang out and they just watch each other's backs. And dad's down there kind of like, man, I messed up, I should have been there all along, like, but maybe I can creep my way back up. And they're like, nah, because last year he was up there a little bit closer and they must have had some kind of weird outing because now he's further down the hill. And they're just like, dad, just stay down there, okay, we're fine. And he's like, I want to be up there, but like it's just not working out. So
hey guys, hey, who's your favorite slopestyle athlete? Is it me? I think he pointed at me. No, it was Moy.
He said this guy, meaning this guy, Nyquist.
Oh, like the guy with two thumbs that says me, this guy?
Yeah, it speaks French. Moi.
I mean, it could have been you. I don't know. I just.
Oh, the boys! Oh!
There's more of the boys. Hey!
You guys look great. Almost as good as me.
So after these couple of booters here, you've got a little roller and a nice berm again, another little roller to pump your speed. Not much pedaling, just pumping through here.
Yeah. Literally, probably more braking, a little bit of pumping, but rest in peace to the hip that was here before. I think they just kind of had a giant crane and just picked it up and threw it to the side. But like I said, they just removed a couple obstacles from the course. In some senses, make the course a little bit easier, like less hits. And like literally after you hit this one, you're just cruising. Like you're not really doing much. You're just kind of getting lined up for the whale tail.
It's a good breathing point in the run, especially if you're doing something pretty heinous in this 4-pack here. Like you get it done and then you kind of cruise to this berm like, all right, like that's done. Like, and now let's move on to the whale tail, which is also gnarly. So having these little breathing points in the run it's pretty key for us to kind of stay composed with all the insane stuff going down, and just feels pretty rad to ride actually.
There's no tricks going down in the berm, but I just thought, actually, what if you like landed, took your feet off, and then like no footed can cruise the berm, and then just like woo, like major points.
Look at him, he's working for extra points right now.
It's like a video game. Like the point meter like goes up the longer you hold the can around the berm.
I wish I had my pegs, because if I had pegs, I could do like rocket lander and just like around the whole berm on the back pegs, like woo 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 woo.
Huge point increase.
Oh my
double,
God, like,
triple.
Never been seen before.
Probably just win and just like no tricks, just like rocket around the berm. Oh, he didn't do anything. Well, he didn't do anything yet. Rocket about the berm.
All right, this is the whale tail.
The whale tail, it's a heinous one. It's one of the best we've ever had at Joyride, I'd say. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, it's a bit more comfortable than last year. The first part where you kind of like do a big step up into it is about like similar to what it was last year. It's a little hairy, but like not bad. And then and the step down actually it feels smaller. It feels just like a tad bit smaller. I don't know if it's closer or if it's like not as high, but like it's a bit more comfortable, which I think kind of helps the athletes, because when it feels gnarly just to jump off it straight, like it just kind of makes like, I don't know, like, like your butthole like pucker, like just gets really tight butthole.
Okay, cool. Let's go take a look at what it's going to take to make this nice and smooth. So these guys are pretty surprised at how big this is. When they ride it, it all just comes naturally. But when you're actually walking, it's a lot different, eh?
Yeah, well, the whole course is like that, and that's why these things kind of mess me up, and I don't like doing them. Like really, like, and there's like a 90% truth to that, 10% joking.
That's why he gets the big bucks.
Yeah, well, let me know where I pick those up at.
You ride it and it makes so much sense because you got all the speed from the course and these features are big, but then you stand here and you're like, damn, that's a ridiculous gap into the whale.
You don't have time to analyze it. You're just going. So it's like when you have time to analyze, it's like really kind of tweaks your brain a little bit. Would this be the tail? Or that?
I think this would be the tail.
This is the whale's back, and this is the tail?
The out definitely is the tail. I think this is the head, no?
That kind of makes sense. So you land on this dude's back and then off the tail.
Yeah.
Whale tail.
Fruit cup. There's a few different variable names, but I think whale tail is the one that sticks. But that's because, quite resemblant of a whale's tail.
All right, so tail, heads or tails. Here we are. And it's a little bit smaller, like you guys are saying, so a little bit easier to trick, I guess, eh?
Yeah, here we are on the tail of the whale. And, Yeah, it's by no means small, but in previous years, yeah, as Ryan said, we're kind of used to those massive ones that shoot you down and you kind of almost lose your breath when you go off the first time, because it's so massive. But yeah, this one's huge as well, but it's got a nice, big, long, mellow landing and a bit mellow of a takeoff as well. So I think, like Ryan said, the trick possibilities are going to be pretty immense because, if you think about crashing on this landing, it's not as deadly as it has been in the last few years. So, yeah, I think overall, we're seeing this more and more in the course that these course builders just want more trick possibilities. And, yeah, the riders are stoked on it. We want those features where more is possible. So this is rad.
All right. And how does it measure up here now that you've got the tape out?
From the ground up, 19 feet. And I'm thinking it's probably maybe like close to lower 20s, distance wise. So it's not a huge obstacle. So I'm kind of surprised about that actually. But yeah, like Nikolai said, it's just it's pretty chill. So you're gonna see a lot of guys kind of taking that little extra risk.
Okay, so you got a sweeping berm here, and looks like it kind of dips down real good. And you got a little bit of a downhill coming into the feature.
We're walking. Okay, yeah, it's like a roll in right here, and then you kind of just right into this thing, and this is like a cannon bazooka, King Kong booter, Big Mama, gnarly nar.
As a jump, like Ryan said, it's all those gnarly terms that you've thought of for a money booter combined.
Huge.
John Holmes.
A 10-foot roll in. And then you it literally keeps going downhill. All of a sudden you hit this uphill on the lip. So it's you just I don't know. For me, right around here, I start feeling my knees are knees weak, arms heavy, mom spaghetti kind of situation.
Wearing your shoes out your armpits.
Yeah, vomiting my sweater already.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think we got this feature covered. Thanks very much. All right, we're getting close to the bottom of the course, and we've got another berm here to collect yourself before the final feature.
Yeah, and rest in peace to the little hip skimmer. That was here before. Actually,
screw that little hip skimmer. Screw that little hip skimmer.
Never liked it.
No, it was a rad feature, but it ended up screwing me over in one of my runs. So I'm not a big fan, but yeah, rest in peace.
Dude, it straight took him out. He had a banger run going last year, and then he hit arguably the most insignificant smallest jump on the course, and he went stage left all the way into the slalom course, and that was the end of his Crankworks. And it was so rest in peace for real, die motherfucker. But yeah, so we have it's kind of a berm, it's almost like a scrub kind of mound too, but basically just redirect speed into the last feature.
Okay, we're getting close to the bottom of the course here. This is the final feature up above the crowd and an on-off up and over the TV screen.
Yeah, and God, this feature is personally my least favorite thing out here. The on isn't bad. It's actually kind of small in comparison, but you just know what's coming. As soon as you land on that, you know what you're facing. And for me, I'm just every single year I get here, I'm that thing's here again, dude. So I dread it. I don't know about Nikolai. He may love it. He seems to love super dangerous things that everybody else hates. So I don't know. Just talk to him.
I'm not on the same page as Ryan because I think it's a rad flat trap. Actually, it's big. It's a lot of possibilities, but yeah, it's no joke. It's no consequences, and yeah, it's not necessarily the most fun thing to ride, but it's rad, it's rowdy, and it's rewarding when you do some of your biggest flat trap tricks at the end. And yeah, last year I wasn't able to make it here, but hoping so this year. Ryan was.
Let's bring it back here as the guy that actually got here. So as a guy that actually finished his run last year, actually finished 2 runs, twice as good as Nikolai did. Really, it's I can back him up. When you actually do land this, it's pretty breathtaking almost, because you're just that weight of having to do your run, all the risks you've been taking, just the whole entire plan of the day, your goal comes fruition. You ride away from this, it's just oh my gosh, dude, it just, there's not really many feelings that kind of compare to that. So for that aspect, I'm happy this is here, because
that's why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. And I can give this thing credit. It does make you kind of hold your breath all the way to the end, especially even the spectators, because if you don't pull this and you did everything else in the wheel, it's you almost just wasted your time. And nobody wants to waste their time. Everybody wants to be down there celebrating just that relief. So, as much as I hate this thing, I kind of love it too, I just want to give it a hug. If I was dancing with this thing, it wouldn't be one of these slow dances where you're super close and stuff. It'd be waist dancing, like this, like just arm, like just enough away, and we'll sway like in the rhythm. But like,
you gotta be into it. The feature's gotta be.
no. Like if we were talking about one, I'd be like, damn.
Whoa, hey!
Like, you know, hand be creeping down the side a little bit. But this one, I'm like, nope. Hey.
Oh, yeah,
The
okay.
Holy Spirit between us, okay?
Yes.
Let's just like keep it casual, okay? Like, yeah. So I keep it at arm's length, but like there is a love there, but it's like it's like covered and like sprinkled in like little bits of like, I don't like you, I hate you.
All right, well, this is the last year that I understand that this course is going to be like this. And I heard rumors from the inside office, I don't know if you guys know, but Brandon Semenek might be designing the course next year. That's the rumors. So what do you think of that?
That'd be cool. I had an idea for him that I thought we should just totally flip it on its head and do the whole thing uphill. So like e-bikes, slope course.
E-bikes uphill.
So we start there and we just ride like like you can soup them up, but you ride up, you jump up, you go back, you ride up the hill, you go over the berm, reset, hit that jump backwards. It's just like it would kind of add a whole different twist to slopestyle that we've never seen before.
Breaking new ground.
Breaking new ground.
Yeah.
But about the Seminuk thing, I mean, yeah, who's more deserved to be able to design a course? I mean, he obviously knows how it is out here. He's won here 5 times, so yeah, I don't think anyone else is really worthy of being able to design the course for the biggest contest of the year. So yeah, stoked to see what he comes up with. I mean, this course, this layout has definitely given us several years of some epic competitions. So change is always good, but yeah, we'll see.
What if we got here and it was like exact replica of his yard?
I mean,
dude, come on, bro. Like that's not fair. Like, you like this is your yard. You'd be like, yeah, dude. They asked me to design it. I love my yard.
Little plants over there, and the dog over there.
He built his own house. Actually, he just lives here now. Like that would be, yeah. Well, I wish they'd ask me. I'd do that too.
I'd like to live right here. Yeah. What's your postal code? Von Ebo, Whistler, Boneyard.
Pretty much.
Yeah. This has been Inside the Tape here at the Red Bull Joyride course with Nikolai Rogatkin and the man Ryan Nyquist. And thanks for checking it out.
Boys. Hey, this is it. This is it, huh?
This is it. Goodbye and thanks for everything,
the
boys.
2018 season of measuring courses and saying weird stuff is coming to an end. Thank you for tuning in. We're happy to have had you.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Goodbye from me and goodbye from them.